Transfer payments and the safety net, part of our lecture series on inequality. In this video, we're going to talk about U.S. programs that are designed to help people of low economic status and how they help people through both payments and benefits and insurance. So there are two parts of the safety net in America. This social safety net is made up of two parts. The means tested transfers. In other words, people must prove that they receive very little income in order to be eligible for these payments. And the second one is social insurance, which are payments made to anybody regardless of income due to an adverse change in circumstances such as becoming disabled or losing their job. So here is a chart of means tested transfers. We can see that the largest program is Medicaid, which provides health care for people with young children or disabled or those people. So 80 million people exist on Medicaid. Also, other big programs include the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, or food stamps, which allows all low-income people to purchase food. The Earned Income Tax Credit gives tax rebates to people who are working but poor. We also see supplemental security income to people who are disabled or people who are really low income and elderly who didn't work a lot during their lifetimes. There's housing assistance, and there is also a temporary monetary transfer called welfare, or temporary assistance to needy families. These are all means tested. Now, means tested programs have certain issues. One, which I don't list here, is that any program like this that gives money with conditions, or in other words, money that you can only, for example, spend on food, is less efficient than just giving money without conditions. Also, the U.S. transfers less money to people of lower economic status than other developed countries. The administrative burden is very high on these people to prove and keep having to prove that they don't earn a lot of money, and to sort of keep up with making sure that these programs are all working for them. And also states, because states spend money on these programs, have incentives to lower the adoption of these programs, which makes the barrier for people to get into these programs even higher. In addition to the programs that we listed on the chart, there are also state and federal programs that provide heat in the winter and lunches for children at school. Now, here are some social insurance programs. The most popular one would be Social Security, and the other one would be Medicare. These are the ones that any of us that are working get tax taken out for, both Social Security and Medicare. And so these provide insurance, health insurance for people 65 and older in the case of Medicare. And Social Security provides insurance for not having saved enough for retirement. In addition, there is insurance available if you become disabled, if you become disabled on the job or otherwise get injured on the job, or lose your job by not getting fired. All of these things allow the government to provide payments to you regardless of your previous income. So when I bring up Social Security, there's this common received wisdom somehow that Social Security is going bankrupt, and that people who are in their 20s now or teens now will not be taking advantage of Social Security. I was told the same thing when I was a teen or in my early 20s, and I'm fully anticipating taking part in Social Security. There is nothing systemically wrong with Social Security. Social Security will not go bankrupt. It will be there when you retire. Now, there may be some changes. There may be a tax increase, or there may be a change to your retirement age. For instance, my retirement age is age 67, where people in a previous generation, their retirement age was 65. Your retirement age to receive full benefits from Social Security might be something like 69. And these kinds of changes are made to allow the Social Security program to keep going. So while it's a popular myth that Social Security is going bankrupt, no such thing is happening, and I fully expect those of you who, I hope, All of you who live to a ripe old age will collect Social Security. Here is an example of Social Security disbursements. You can see that at age 67 for someone like me, that's sort of the full benefit, but you can also choose to receive Social Security early at age 62 for a lesser amount, or Social Security later at age 70 and get a greater monthly payment. So this is a decision people have to make depending on how much they like to work, how healthy they are, how much they want to retire or spend more time away from their job. I included this chart. This chart shows how many people claim the early age of retirement for people who are retiring now. And what we see is there's actually a declining number from the 1970s to 2007, but then a slight uptick with the Great Recession, which we would imagine happening when financial distress happens. And I'm sure there are a lot of people in 2020 who are taking earlier retirement than they had expected as well. But overall, the overall trend is a decline in the number of people taking early retirement, which I'm not sure what that means. Maybe it just means that people are staying healthier later and are able to continue working in their jobs and not worry about having to take earlier Social Security payments. Social Security, the way it's paid out, is redistributed. People that pay more into Social Security tend to get less out of it in the end, and people that are working through their lives but not making a lot of money tend to get more out of Social Security. We'll talk in the next video about what that means to redistribute wealth in this way, but that's the system by which Social Security operates. In summary, the U.S. provides several different programs to people who are of low economic status, as well as insurance to people who suffer adverse life changes. That includes getting old. I'm not sure getting old is an adverse life change, but you may disagree. And that some of these programs are redistributive in the sense that more benefits go to poorer people than go to richer people. Thank you.